Hello, I'm Calvin Doyle from Studio Great, and today I'm going to be talking about the SBG Port Arlington brand project we did in late 2018, early 2019. SBG Port Arlington is an MMA gym, and it's owned by Philip Mulpeer. In late 2018, we were contacted by Philip, and he's looking for a website and a promotional video. So generally when a client gets in touch with us looking for anything, we have a meeting with them, because sometimes what you're looking for might not be what will fix the problem that you're having. So we asked Philip what kind of problems he was having, and he explained to us that while the gym was running successfully, they had reached a plateau in sign-ups. So they opened 2 years before this, I think, or maybe a year before, just about 2 years, and had a huge rush of new sign-ups, new memberships, but it had reached a plateau, so it was just kind of leveling out now. There were no really new sign-ups coming up. Anyone who they felt wanted to join the gym had already joined, but they wanted to grow the business more, so that was the problem they were having, and they wanted to get a website and a video to help with that. Now, while a website and a video will help, it's not totally going to fix that problem. So we decided to have a discovery session with Philip in SBG Port Arlington to talk about the project. In a discovery session, what we do is we really find out what the business is, what they do, and how to help people. We really find out who the customers are, what the customer needs, what they want, and how we're helping the customer. And then we also look into some issues that we're having, and that gives us an idea of how to fix these. So in that session, we figured out, or Philip broke down, that SBG Port Arlington is an MMA gym. So lots of benefits for people. People come for many different things, but it's great for fitness, it's great for your health, it's great for your mental health, it's great for wellness. There's a huge community spirit there. People's confidence gets people get a lot of confidence from it, because you learn how to defend yourself and self-defense, and also that community aspect as well gives people confidence and have pride in themselves as well. The kind of people that go there were just regular people, rather than professional fighters or scary fighters that are beating up people. It's actually their main customer is a regular person who's looking for a new hobby, or they just want to blow off some steam, or maybe they used to play some sports, they don't play sports anymore, and they want to try something new. That's the person that they're trying to target here. They're also the person they're trying to target is someone who is an avid fan of MMA or boxing or combat sports, but might be a bit scared to ever try it. What's going to happen when I walk in the gym? Am I going to have to fight someone? Am I going to get bet up? Is it scary? Well, what is it? What happens when I go in there? They're just nervous about joining the gym. So they're the kinds of people that's the main customer, the target customer of SBG Port Arlington at the time. So with this knowledge now, we have a good idea of how to speak to these people, how to break down their fears, and how to show them that we can help them find what they're looking for. And it's not going to be so scary to join the gym. And don't let the fear of joining that gym block you from coming here. And what we have to do is break that fear down, break down the misconceptions, and change their perspective of what the gym is. Now, it's very important what we're doing here as well, is we're making the customer the hero of the story. So we're really focusing on what the customer wants here, what the customer's thinking and what they're scared of. And we want to guide them through that. And that's what the brand is. That's what SBG Port Arlington is to them. It's a friendly thing to help them, a friendly community to help them, rather than what they think it might be, which is a scary, intimidating, aggressive community. So we want to actually flip it on its head now to bring the people in. Because one thing Philip always said to us was, the minute someone walks in the door of the gym, they stay. So we have to do that. We have to show what's in the gym. what is making them stay. But we just have to show that to the people on the outside. It's for the average person that needs the hobby. It's for you. You come in, you blow off some steam, you have a bit of crack, you have a laugh. It's good for your mental health. You go home feeling much better. You're also picking up, fitness. You're also learning how to defend yourself, so your confidence is growing. You're not worried about certain situations. Maybe your confidence is growing. It's helping you speak better in business or at class, or in public situations. It's helping you in that as well. So it can do lots of those things for you. So those are the kind of things those people are looking for. So we can help them with that now. That's what we have to do. We have to communicate that, and we have to break down the fears as well. So we have to give them what they're looking for and break down the fears. Now we know what they are from the discovery session. We have a good detailed idea of that. How do we remove the fear that's stopping them from engaging with us? Well, first we have to think about what is the fear that they have of this place. So is it the fear of not being good enough to come into the gym? Is it the fear of being humiliated when they come in the gym? Is it the fear of looking stupid when they come in to join the gym in front of everyone, in front of a big class of people? It's the fear of looking like an idiot because you're not good at it straight away, and joining something new when you're a little bit older, because this is aimed at adults. And generally we don't like starting new things in front of groups of people, because there is a level of humiliation that you'll go through because you won't be good at it. So we're scared of that. So what they're really scared of, if we think about it then, is being a beginner. So let's get some background to the traditional MMA gym, right? And how they're branded and marketed towards people. They have these big cages, big scary cages. There's blood, there's barbed wire, there's people beating each other. It's very, very aggressive. It's for very aggressive people, scary people. That's how MMA is traditionally branded and marketed to people. You're punching someone on the ground. So it's terrifying for the average person to think about going into that gym and getting involved in that. If you've never been in a fight in your life, or you're not like that, that's, you'd like to be doing this up, but the idea of doing that is, oh my god, that's terrible. We don't want to do that because we'll be humiliated. It's terrifying. No, I'd like to try, but I wouldn't be willing to do that. Everyone would be laughing at me. I look like an idiot and I could get hurt, and no, not for me. So now it's our job to help change this perspective, to help change the way these people view the gym or feel about the gym. And that's what a brand campaign is. We're changing how people are feeling about their gut feeling about this gym, about joining the gym. That's our real job here. That's what we have to do. So on top of the fear of the gym, we also have the fear of people beginning something new. That's always terrifying. The first time you go to a class, the first time you go to a gym, the first time you go to college, the first time you start, the first day at work, it's always terrifying. It keeps people up at night. But unfortunately, what we do know is you can't get good at anything without beginning first. So you have to be kind of crap at the start to get good at it. So what we figured we would try to do is change how people perceive the idea of being a beginner, because that's one of the main things that they're scared of. They're scared to come in and join the gym because they don't know what's going to happen, but that comes down to humiliation of being new, being a beginner, being useless at something, being crap, being terrible at something. So we want to change the perspective of being terrible at something to be a good thing rather than a bad thing. Because when you start something new and you're a beginner, it's kind of freeing, because you're like, well, I'm useless anyway, so why, people can't really laugh at me, because how would I be good at it? I'm just here to learn. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to change it to be kind of fun, Let's go start that, will we? Will we just go start join an MMA gym? And we'll have a laugh. We'll be useless at it when we first start, but we'll get into it. So this is what we kind of wanted to do, to instead of making it a terrifying thing like, oh, don't go into that gym, you look like an idiot, what if you get hurt, what if I fall over when I'm throwing a kick, or what if I get punched and I can't, it hurts me, and loads of different things. What if I fall over when I walk in the door and then everyone laughs at me? It's all these what ifs we have to break down and help with, right? And so that's not the kind of place you're coming into. So we have two problems we can fix here. The first thing is people's perception of MMA. And that's the blood and the guts and the gore and the fighting and the terrifying aspects of it that we wanted to show. It's not like that in a gym. That's not what it's actually like. The second is we wanted to show these people that the idea of being a beginner is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. So you don't have to fear being a beginner. It's actually good to begin. It's a challenge. We're all beginners. And now, through the discovery sessions, we also have our target market that we know who we're targeting. And these people are they want something new. They want to learn how to defend themselves. They want fitness, mental health, well-being, confidence, pride. And they also want to find a tribe, find a community to join, to be in with, to find friends. So this is the three things we have now. So we know the perception that we want to break down. We want of MMA. We want to make being a beginner feel like a good thing rather than a bad thing. And then we also have the target audience. We know what they want as well. So this is all the aspects of a brand campaign that we need to work on and to use to target them, to solve the problem. If we solve all these problems, we'll get more customers in. We'll engage with those customers. We'll connect with those customers. So first thing is first, how do we break down these fears? And how do we speak to the target audience? So this comes into our creativity and production aspect. So when we travel to the gym for one of the nights to check out one of the classes, luckily, to our surprise, it was exactly what these people are actually looking for. The gym is very relaxing. The community that we're in there are very chilled out. And it was more like a wellness retreat than what we thought an MMA gym would be like. Everyone was chilled out, relaxed. They're all sitting on the mat, stretching, rolling their necks, and they're having a bit of crack. Everyone's laughing, there's music playing. Philip, the owner, is real chilled out. He's helping everyone, having a laugh with them. So we could see what they meant by when someone walks in the door, they will stay. Because when you walk in, you're like, oh, whoa, this is what it's like in here. But when you're outside, you're like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen when I go in this door. So that was the big fear we had to break down. So we realized when we went into the gym, it was going to be actually a little bit easier than we thought. All we had to do was show what the gym is actually like inside to the public outside, and to make sure we show it to the right people. So we had to show the right people what it is like actually in the gym. Just open the doors. And how do we do that? Well, we knew straight away that through the power of video and photography, we could easily communicate the atmosphere of the gym and what it feels like in that gym. And that would, by seeing it, now this sounds kind of complex, but by seeing what the gym was like and seeing a video of the feeling and the vibe of it, it would start to break down them fears. Because people are extremely complex and intelligent, and just by looking at something it can change your perspective on it. So by showing the video, we're breaking down the perspective of what an MMA gym is like. Blood, guts, fighting. No, not this one. Look at this video. These really relaxing, calming videos of what a class is like. So then people are going, oh, I'd love to try that out. I would love to. I've always wanted to, but I was too scared of what it'd be like in the gym. I thought I was too old, and I thought I was starting at an older age, and I wouldn't be able for it, and I'd get hurt. Or I thought it was only for tough guys or tough women, and I thought it was only for professional fighters or people that were kind of crazy. No, look at the class here. There's normal people in here having a great time doing martial arts, and it's really, really fun. You can see by looking at it how it's good for your mental health. I can just see it, again, humans so complex, you can judge things really quickly. I can see how it's good for your mental health. Obviously good for your fitness, but it looks like something really cool, something new for us to do, to blow off some steam and to find a community of people. And we're also breaking down that was the problem with the MMA solved, really. The perception of MMA is solved. Now people were like, oh yeah, that's how that was like at all. That looks like it'd suit me. I could go in there and do that. That's what we wanted. Normal people to go, actually, you know what? That's like something for me. The SBG Port's for me. I could do that. And that's what we wanted to do, and that was done through the video and photography. So now what we have to focus on is the beginner aspect of it, the fear of being a beginner. And this is where we had a lot of fun, actually. The universe seemed to align for us with this because it helped us solve the fear of being a beginner problem, right? So we began researching martial arts philosophy. And straight away we discovered the idea of the beginner's mindset. Now this comes from Zen Buddhism, and it refers to the attitude of openness, eagerness, and a lack of preconceptions, right? Okay, so we're like, whoa, right? So already when you say Zen Buddhism, you're breaking down the fear and the perception of the MMA gym even more here. You're getting into meditation, Zen, all of this. This is what people really want, to be in manage control of yourself and to relax and chilled out. And that was the atmosphere that we wanted to portray to people. You come home after work, you're wrecked, your head's melted, you're real angry. You go in here, you're Zen Buddha. Okay, so anyway, this comes from Zen Buddha. It refers to the attitude of openness, eagerness, and a lack of preconceptions. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. You can learn new things at any time in your life if you're willing to be a beginner. Right, so what we're doing here is changing being a beginner into a good thing rather than a bad thing. Because the idea of being a beginner with Zen Buddhism is the possibilities are endless when you're a beginner. You're going in openness, your mind. You're not scared of anything. You have an open mind. Even the greatest was once a beginner. That's a quote from Muhammad Ali. So these kind of quotes we start seeing with Zen Buddhism, there was a link between them and martial arts philosophy. And that's what mixed martial arts is. That it comes from this philosophy. So we wanted to bring that into the brand. So we knew we had to communicate this to the target audience, and we knew this would help change their perception of what being a beginner was. We knew that if we did this, they would emotionally connect with this idea, because it's someone finally saying to them, this is for you. You've always wanted to try MMA. You've always wanted to try something new. And now look, we've broke down all the fears, the fear of what it looks like. And we're also saying that we know you're a beginner, but that's actually a good thing. We're speaking directly to them, directly to their fears and directly to their dreams and desires, because we're saying that it doesn't matter that you're a beginner. Just come do it. We know you've always wanted to do it. Come join the tribe, join the community, come in the doors, and you are a martial artist then. We can now emotionally connect with this audience. They emotionally are connecting with our idea and emotionally connecting with the brand. There's a feeling now they're connecting with the brand, so that makes us more valuable. We're doing something different. We're offering them something different. We're solving a problem for their life. We're breaking down their fears. We're saying, we know you're scared to begin, but we're the place to begin because that's what we do. So now we put them all together. So how do we do this? How do we do everything now? How do we connect with these people? How do we get them in the door of the gym? How do we get them to engage with us? And how do we use all this to increase the revenue, increase membership, and ultimately really form a proper relationship with these customers? So what we did is we created a brand campaign called Be a Beginner. It's excellent. It really fell together, right? So we called it Be a Beginner. So what we're doing here is we're challenging these people to be a beginner. We're putting the pressure on. The tension's there. You've always wanted to do it. Look at the gym. It's nice and relaxing in here. This is the gym you want to go to. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. We're here for you. We're for you. Everything you want, we're here to do it. Everything you've ever wanted, this is the place. What we did then is we gave the audience a look inside the gym through video and photography on social media. We should put it all over social media consistently for months, giving them an insight into the gym. So we were showing videos of classes, photography that was taken throughout the classes, give them an idea of the community there, the people that are there, and what they do in the classes and what the class feels like, what the atmosphere is like in there. So we consistently did that for months through social media. We also communicated with the audience through social media on a daily basis. We're speaking to the needs of the target audience, to the needs of the target customers. We wrote posts and useful tips about how MMA benefits health, fitness, confidence, self-defense, wellness. And we also did interviews with current members to talk about their journey, that they were normal people that came into the gym and now they love it. They're people like you. And that's how you really form that connection with the audience. Say, we're for people like you. The most important thing we did though was we created a service for these people. So we created a service around their needs, around their fears. And that's what the Be a Beginner campaign was. The Be a Beginner campaign was a 12-week course for beginners only. So the entire gym was a beginner-friendly gym. So we ran classes where everyone in the class was a beginner. Normally in MMA gyms you're put in with everyone, but these classes were specifically for beginners. So everyone in the class started when you started. So no one felt scared, or they were not afraid of looking like an idiot, or they were not afraid of being humiliated. And in fact, they actually would encourage each other because they were a tight group of people that got together and all started at the same time. So no one was intimidated by anyone else because everyone was starting at the same thing. And this really reinforced the beginner's mindset. They started to go, yeah, we are all beginners, we're learning it, we're having a bit of fun learning it, we're all going on this journey together. On January 7, 2019, the Be a Beginner program signed up 55 new members to the SBG Port Arlington gym. This raised memberships by almost 50%. For the first time ever, the mats were full in the gym. It was packed. It was jam-packed for the night. It was a very, very successful brand campaign, and it really worked. We really connected with the customer, and it started to build a whole new community in the gym based around the Be a Beginner program. And they also became lifelong members who are still there to this day, and the Be a Beginner program has ran multiple times since. This just shows you the power of connecting, learning who your customers and properly connecting with the customer and speaking to them and making the customer the hero of the story. And the power of branding, because this whole thing is branding. That's branding. The whole project is a brand campaign. That's what that is. It's rebranding, basically. And the whole idea of branding is to connect with the customer, give them that feeling. How do they feel about your company? What makes your company better than others and more valuable? And here it's remarkable how much more valuable it is to those people, because you're specifically solving a problem that they have, specifically their problem, and you're saying we're the same we're the same as you. This is a place for you. What happens there is they hang around with people like them, so they tell other people, and then you have a word of mouth spreads, and that's the most successful way to spread a brand. But we have to influence it through doing this stuff, and we have to make changes to work around them, to build a brand around the customer. Thank you for watching another Studio Great video. If you would like to hire Studio Great to work with your business, please contact us through our website www.studiogreat.eu. You can also contact us through all social media platforms.